What's up? What's up? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. Back again with another one. Hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications too so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Now, let's get to the more important game that we need to talk about rather than talking about the obvious, which was the Lakers versus the Timberwolves. Now, this game right here was anticipated for several reasons. Okay, now I want to say this before I get started. Okay, the Golden State Warriors, they not at full strength. I'm not giving them any, all the passes in the world or anything, but Draymond Green is clearly still trying to get in the groove of everything as he's getting back from the back injury. Clay still trying to get into the groove of everything. And then another thing also is that injury that happened with Steph Curry when Marcus Smart had dove on the ground. Now, I want to say something about that too. It was not intentional by Marcus Smart. You know what I'm saying? He didn't mean to do that shit because everybody was diving on the ground. So for y'all that's sitting up there saying that Marcus Smart, what he did was on purpose. He tried to get Steph hurt and all this other stuff. Of course, people are gonna think that, but you have to understand that in basketball, you're taught to dive on the floor. Now, if you're running there, it happens a lot, man. It happens a lot. I can remember a play, like I always go back to that play when it was it was a long time ago when Paul Pierce was trying to. Now that we're talking about Celtics, when Paul Pierce was going for the ball and one of the players they dove on his leg and that's when he was I think he had hyperextended his leg or whatnot, or it was either his leg or his ankle. But I mean it happens, man, and then also I want to bring up the fact about Kyrie Irving and Giannis. You see, that's a prime example. Everybody thinks that, oh, okay, yeah, well, Giannis did it on purpose. There's no way that a player that's boxing out can do that on purpose in the angle that Giannis was facing. Clearly, not even knowing that Kyrie is there, with the exception of feeling if he's trying to box that man out, he would have had to have been in front of, or I'm saying Kyrie would have had to been in front of Giannis in order for that to take place to where he could clearly take his feet out, which is what some of the stuff that they used to do. Bill Laimbeer used to do stupid shit like that. And then we know Zaza Pachulia had done stuff like that as it pertains to shooting, not a rebound. So I just want to say that uh, play that had happened with Marcus Smart, that wasn't intentional on Steph Curry, and uh, I hope Steph Curry does recover because we know that lower extremities, particularly the ankle, have kind of been his kryptonite throughout his career ever since he had began coming from college. So I just wanted to get that off of my chest before I go ahead and get started. Now, the Celtics pretty much dominated the whole entire game, with the exception of the third quarter. But pretty much the Boston Celtics, they dominated, but they dominated because of defense. Okay. Yes, offense played a factor. Jason Tatum had 26. Jalen Brown had 26, and Marcus Smart had 20. Uh, but in my opinion, and shoot, fuck that. You could say it's a fact. the the two most important players in the whole entire game was Marcus Smart and Robert Williams. Okay, if you're not taking the Celtics seriously in terms of offense, you better take them seriously in terms of defense. Okay, they dominated them on the rebounds, 53 to 38. Okay, yes, rebounds is defense and rebounds. Okay, they go hand in hand. Also, what you have to realize is that when it came to the interior, they were making it extremely ugly. And what was odd too is that they outshot them. Now I heard people talk about in the previous stream that they weren't a good shooting team. Well, guess what? They outshot the Golden State Warriors 37% to 22. Okay. Now, what's up with it, y'all? What's up, True Viking Queen? I see you in the building. You said Steph Curry. Nah, he got to have an MRI done. We're gonna get the results. Shout out to Ticket TV. He was on it right away. Um, but I would hope. I hope he isn't. But he was walking on it, so there's a possibility that he'll be back. But he's having an MRI done, and I'll keep y'all posted on that. Okay. Um, what's up with it, Dion Reed? I see you in the building too. You said Grayson Allen did not. Yeah, he did. He did that on purpose, Dion Reed. Okay, I got to disagree with you on that. Grayson Allen, he went to my uh my team. He went to Duke in terms of college. I know the type of foul shit that Grayson Allen does, and he's done that since college. Okay, that was a dirty play. Okay, he did that on purpose. All right, that right there, he shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been done. That's stuff that Bill Laimbeer used to do, and to a certain extent, I would say Rick Mahorn. But to see the thing with Rick Mahorn, he actually, he didn't take as many cheap shots as Bill Laimbeer did. Bill Laimbeer was a cheap shot motherfucker, but that's how it was. Bill Laimbeer and other guys, man, that used to do stupid stuff like that. Um, can't think of. Uh, I'm trying to think of who used to do stuff like that. Um, well, Dennis Rodman to a certain extent, but it was more psychological with Dennis Rodman. I mean, there were times when he did take, some cheap shot. Now, a lot of people won't probably admit this, but Karl Malone would take some cheap shots, and so would John Stockton. What's up with it, Jelly Bean? I see you in the building. They would take cheap shots as well. Okay, so Grayson Allen, he did that on purpose. When you're in the air like that, you don't do anything like that. That's a no no because lots of things can happen. You know, you know, and I know a lot of people they talked about Gordon Hayward and the LeBron James situation. LeBron James didn't do that on purpose either. Okay, I want people to know that he didn't do that shit on purpose. Uh, I know you might not like LeBron that much, and you might have a lot of disdain for him, but I'm here to tell you that he didn't do that shit on purpose. Okay, but let's get back to the game. Okay, now dirty work makes easy work. Robert Williams is making his case right now. Both him and Marcus Smart, they're making their cases for Defensive Player of the Year. They're amongst it, and they're on the same team. And the reason why I mentioned Robert Williams III is because it's been interchangeable at times in terms of blocks. He's third in the league in blocks right now, and he's also number one because it was Jared Allen with the lowest defensive rating, which lowest means high. He's at 101.8. He's number one right now in terms of the defensive ranking. It was Jared Allen, but Jared Allen had got hurt. But the reason why I'm gonna go ahead and give him more of a case though, True the King, I got to give him a salute, and also True Viking, they Celtics fans. he pointed out something to me, and he pointed out the fact that, why aren't we mentioning Robert Williams the third? And he has a case. He's top five, shoot, top three in blocks, and on top of that, he's number one in defensive ranking right now. Okay, that right there, that's the case right now. He's above a lot of guys, on that list, like Rudy Gobert, and um, not even, Mikal Bridges is, up there. But I still, to from a wing aspect and a perimeter, all around, I give it to Mikal Bridges. But Robert Williams is up there. Now let's get to Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart, what he brings to the table, man, in terms of being out on the perimeter, being a disruptor, being a pest, being that guy that's going to also get up under your skin too. Marcus Smart reminds me of a more offensive minded PJ Tucker. When we talk about on ball defense, and the fact that nobody's taking the Celtics seriously, hey, that's a great thing. Don't take them seriously, because what people are expecting are the Celtics to, you know make a very crucial choke job in the playoffs. I don't see that happening. Not with Ima Udoka. He has got these guys playing at a level to where it's a big mixture of things. They were so predictable at one point. The Celtics were. Now, they weren't predictable when they had made it, real far that year, when they faced Cleveland in the Eastern Conference finals. Uh, they weren't predictable at that point in time. Jason Tatum was still coming. You're starting to come into his own. And he was still relatively young and learning, but he had that fierceness, that hunger aspect, and I think he's gotten that back. Listen, he's been known to start off slow. Even that year, some people were questioning if he was even ready for the league. His rookie season, his rookie campaign, but he has stepped it up, and I think Ima Udoka has helped him. It's no disrespect to a guy like Brad Stevens, not at all, because I think he's a great basketball mind. But Ima Udoka is pulling something out of these guys that that some of the other coaches that he's played for haven't been able to do. I don't even think Krzyzewski pulled out some of the stuff that Ima Udoka is, and he needs that credit. But let's get back to the dirty work. You need a guy like Robert Williams. He's a high energy guy. He's been criticized, you know, not because of his play, because this guy, he did play for Texas. He did play for Texas. And what you don't know about Texas, and we could go down the line. Uh, Hold on one second. We could go down the line. Texas A&M. I'm sorry. We could go down the line. When you think of the Texas A&M, you think of guys like DeAndre Jordan. You think of guys like that who were real good, at the pick and roll. Now, Robert Williams is way more. In my opinion, he's a lot more agile. I'm not going to say athletic. Well, athletic can be argued. Athleticism can be argued because DeAndre Jordan was extremely athletic. When you're doing the gym on YouTube, yeah, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. But we talking about the Celtics right now. we talking about that right now, Stephen Green. But I mean, I'm not just gonna be doing it just oh hey look at him or anything like that, man. I mean, you're gonna have to get up, you know what I'm saying, and work out too. You know what I'm saying? Uh and I'm being for real about that, you know. So when it comes, just be ready for it. Cause we going full force. Okay. But back to the Celtics. How you feel about that play? Well, I had already talked about that in the beginning of the stream for the love of the sport. But basically what I was saying is it wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional. And I don't think that Marcus Smart wanted to do that on purpose. He has a lot of guys have a profound respect for Steph Curry, you know. And I can almost bet you I can bet you a million that he wouldn't do that. No, 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 it's okay. I mean, I'll answer it right now. It ain't no big deal. Listen, it like okay, I'll tell you what I said, okay? You said the Celtics are awesome. Could be a three seed or second seed the way they're playing. Okay, let me get to the for the love of the sport first. Okay, now you you have to remember that in basketball, you're taught to dive on the floor. You know, nowadays, I guess they're not teaching guys like that, but that's an old school way. When the ball is rolling on the floor, there's a loose ball. You're taught to dive on the floor. It don't matter if you're the the best player of the team, or the guy at the end of the bench. Everybody got to hustle. At least that's how I was taught, and we were taught that on all levels. You know, get on the floor because you got to think about it too. When I was in high school, they had football coaches too that were that were amongst the coaching staff. So their mentality is like like in football when the pigskin is loose, you dive on the floor. Well, it's the same thing with basketball. When that leather is loose, you dive on the floor. Okay, you dive on the floor. It's just like everybody just thinks, oh, the big men got to crash for boards. No, we were taught as guards, we had to crash for the boards too. Not letting guys land. Yeah, but he didn't. See, I'm trying to think. See, like guys like Bill Lambier and guys like that, they would do stuff like that intentional, taking guys' feet out. Zaza Pachulia, Bruce Bowen, guys like that. They would take guys' feet out, and I'm talking about in terms of shooting. Now diving on the floor and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, that you're not supposed to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. But sometimes when you're in the flow of the game, you land the wrong way. You come up under a player's body at a wrong angle. It happens, man. It happens. But I don't like to see shit like that. Not he has an MRI today, and hopefully he'll be all right. I mean, he did walk back to the locker room, so hopefully he'll be okay. I know he's had all types of issues with his ankle. You know what I'm saying? But I, I'm pretty sure he'll be back though. Okay, I'm confident he will. Now you said the Celtics are awesome. Could be three seed and second seed the way that they're playing. Listen, even if they are a low seed in the playoffs, Stephen Green, they're still going to be dangerous. They're still going to be dangerous. They're still going to be real dangerous, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They're playing like okay. If you look at the way that Phoenix plays, Phoenix, Phoenix, they're more finesse, but they can still get kind of rugged. But the what's up with it, Trey Cater? I see you in the building. But as far as making the game ugly, but also having finesse to it, also being able to play it in the half court, also being able to play transition defense, also having some bigs that can fill the void. The Celtics, man, They're making a strong case right now. Now, you said that the Celtics can beat the. You said the Celtics can beat the Bulls. That's probably that's man. That would be easy work for them. Quite possibly. Look, and I'm not hating on the Bulls, but we got to think about we got to think about what the Bulls have and who they have really. When you talk about a guy like DeMar DeRozan, everybody's not taking DeMar DeRozan seriously. You know why? Because they want to see him in the playoffs. But see, to get back to the to get back to what I was saying about Boston and their bigs, you got to understand this. They got Al Horford and they got Daniel Theis. I don't think Daniel Theis gets enough credit for him coming in there and sustaining everything. Is he gonna get you a whole lot of points and all that other stuff? No, absolutely not. But he's a high energy guy that's gonna go for the rebound. What's up with it, True to King? I see you in the building, bro. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the True to King TV, man. Talks about everything. Talks about basketball, boxing, football, hip hop. He talks about everything, and he's a Boston Celtics fan. Look, the I can't even I can't even debate True to King on the Celtics right now because I'm with him 100% on what he said. The only thing I think we came to like I guess you would say a disagreement was about Robert Williams, and that was last year. I've been preaching about Robert Williams, but he made his point known in one of the streams about Robert Williams being top in the top five in terms of blocks. True
Yo,
to King, what's up with it, man?
what up with you, man?
How you feeling, man? I know you feeling good.
Hey, man, listen, it's another day at the office, man. That's all. It's another day at the office. Ain't nothing special. Next game, next game. You know what I mean? Ain't I mean, it's what the Celtics do, man.
Now, check this out, True to King. I'm sick of motherfuckers up in here trying to come and say that Marcus Smart did that on purpose, man. You
Bro,
hear
it's
that
a
line of
hustle play.
bullshit? He
Listen, when
didn't
the
do that
ball's
on
on the
purpose.
floor like that, you die for that ball, bro. You don't like you be caught. Listen, when the ball's on the floor like that, somebody's gonna die for that ball. It don't matter what it is, man. Like
Facts.
it is what that's a basketball play. When the ball's on the floor like that, you dive. You who wants it more? It is what it is. Ball on the floor like that. Come on, Curry was trying to box him out. I mean, it was a come on now, because it
Right.
burnt. I mean, because here's the thing: if you'd have boxed him out, it would have been a foul.
Right. Yeah,
If
that's
if
facts.
Curry would have if he would have like Curry like if so it's like come on. So if Curry now it could have been avoided. All Curry had to do was just dive for the ball.
Right. Because
So
because what they don't understand, it wasn't just Marcus Smart diving on the ground. There was times when Grant Williams, he dove on the ground. Who I think Grant Williams
right,
don't get no credit. Grant Williams and Theus and Daniel Theus, man, they between them two, and of course Robert Williams and Marcus Smart, they they won that game, man.
listen,
Just
man.
by just setting that tone, man.
Al Horford. I mean, you can't forget about Al Horford. You can't. I
Yeah,
mean, the whole, the
Al
whole,
Horford, Al
it's
Horford.
the whole team, man. Like the whole. Listen, like the whole team plays defense at a high level. Like listen, like there's not a team. Like listen, what makes our defense so good is that you can't seek nobody out. You can't seek nobody out on our defense. You
Right.
can't even Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard stepped his defense up this year. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's
Hmm.
small, but he's a pest. He ain't
Right.
gonna like he gonna contest you and he gonna ballot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Every time he was going, you was seeing the game. If you seen the game, every time he was going Clay Thompson, he made Clay Thompson work.
Right.
Even though Clay
Yeah,
Thompson
and
had the
he got
size
all
advantage.
them inches above him. That's facts.
And so it's like the thing about that's how, and we proved last night that we were the best defense in the NBA. We proved it.
Right.
We proved it. It is really just that simple. Golden State Warriors only scored 88 points. I mean,
Now, listen. Now some people they approached me, and they said, okay, well, you got to remember that, Clay, he ain't no 100%. Curry was out, and then also Draymond Green ain't at full strength. But I was just saying this. I said, okay, y'all are sitting up here saying that, but I don't think y'all giving the Celtic enough credit because they are, like you said, they've eclipsed number one, and this was another thing too. True. Remember, we had talked about this. Jared Allen was number one defensive ranking at one point. Robert Williams is head and shoulders now. He's that number one guy and third in
and
blocks,
Jason
like you
Tatum
pointed out.
number one, and Jason Tatum number one defensive win shares. But that's a listen, man. I mean, it's a lot of excuses because at the end of the day, man. Listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is nothing new for the Celtics. This is nothing new what the Celtics has done. This ain't
Hmm.
the Warriors ain't the first team that we blew out this year. That's our
I
that
know
are a
y'all blew
contending
us
team.
out, motherfucker.
I'm not. I wouldn't try. I would. That would no. Be no shot. I'm just. I just got caught how it is though. It wasn't just y'all either. It wasn't just y'all either. I'm not trying to single.
Man, I see you taking a shot, but hey,
No,
that's all
look.
right, nigga.
Listen. But it's there though. I mean, listen. It ain't. It wasn't. That. I wasn't. No. I
Y'all
wasn't.
put
I
up
was honestly.
130 on us, nigga.
But I'm just giving you the point of like it wasn't the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I mean? People they're favorites right now. Come out the East, the Vegas
Mhm.
odds. So I mean, listen, man. I mean,
Shit, they got dusted off by Dinwiddie last night.
yeah, I know, but listen, they got their favorites for some reason though. It is what it is. But
Hmm.
that being said, I mean, the Warriors. It's not the first team that we did it to the Warriors. You know what I mean? We
Hmm.
played against better teams and blow them out with. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right,
So it's
right.
like, what are we talking about? Like it is like okay, because when Draymond Green came back and Steph Curry had 47, what was the talk then?
Yeah, championship. The
Because when
big three,
Draymond
man.
Green came back, he makes a Draymond Green come back regardless how many minutes he played, he makes a
Mhm.
difference. When
Yeah,
he
he does.
came back, Steph had 40 something points, almost 50
Hmm.
points. But guess what though? When you play against a team like the Celtics, you can't necessarily do that. Point proven. Because before that injury happened, Steph Curry wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah, that's facts.
Let's
Yeah, he
let's
was
let's call it
struggling.
how it is, man. They still had Jordan Poole. They still got. I don't care Wiggins. I don't care on the people that was. Man, they could have had James. Listen, they could have had. Listen, man.
What's up, Think Tank? I see you in the building. Shout out to
Listen, man. They
ATL.
could have. They could have. They could have brought Rick Barry out of the time machine, man. They would still lost, man. Like let's call it how it is, man.
Hmm.
Listen, Marcus Smart is undefeated in Golden State, 5-0.
Mm.
He's 5-0
Right,
in Golden State.
right, right, right,
He,
right,
hey man,
right.
hey, that's a home game for Marcus Smart. It's a home game, man. Hey
Yeah.
man, hey, University of Cal, Berkeley, Jalen Brown. That's down. Come on, man. I mean, it's a home game for us, man.
Now let me ask you something though, True man. Listen. I got them two. I got to put Marcus Smart up there, and I got to put Robert Williams because in terms of their cases for defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Especially
Oh,
out
no
on the
doubt,
perimeter behind Mikal Bridges. I still got Mikal Bridges, but it's listen, man. They all got a strong case, especially Robert Williams, man. He's so impactful, bro.
man. Listen, he's like I think he's like number 6 in win shares. Period. I mean, I've been
Hmm.
trying to tell people, man. Like, you look at his off. He's like top 10. He's like top 20 offensive win shares.
Hmm.
I mean, man, man has impact on the game, man. I mean, he's the best shot blocker in the game. Like it's other he's so of a good as a rim protector that you know when he goes up for a ball, you know it's a block because he times it so well. That's how good he is. Like I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and people gonna say, well, you tripping, but he's the best shot block we had technically since Bill Russell.
Let me think, man. Uh,
I'm not saying he's a better defender than Kevin McHale or KG. I'm saying we talking about just blocking shots, rim
right,
protecting.
right, right,
We the
right.
best receivers had since Bill Russell, and that's saying that says a lot because we had great rim protectors in the past.
If I could go back, well, trying to I'm
He's
trying to
better
think
shot blocker
look
than
at some
Kevin
guys I
McHale,
have.
Robert Parrish.
Well, yeah, well, Kevin McHale to me was
He blocked
more
shots
with the
though. He was
rebound.
a
I
rim
think
protector.
Robert Parrish was a better rim protector. That's just my opinion. He was a better rim
But
protector
the
than
thing about
Kevin
Rob
McHale.
though, Rob can get blocks anywhere though. Wherever he's at, man, he's
Right.
dangerous. Like
Yeah.
he's lurking. You have especially if you have him lurking, just
Hmm.
wandering all playing safety.
Yeah, because he's not he's not stagnated, if that makes any sense. He's a guy that could go everywhere, and that's what's so unique.
They
That's why, like
avoid him. If
last
you
year, I was
notice,
like, man,
yeah,
Robert Williams the third, I want him. Dog, he's making my case because I've been watching. I watched him when he was at College Station. True,
you're right.
this dude athleticism is unbelievable, bro.
Yeah, and people say, "Oh, he's undersized, man." But listen, here's the thing
Oh
about him.
hell,
But like, yeah, but people, okay, he's undersized. He's 6'9", but he has a 40-inch vertical that has a 7'6" wingspan. So he plays bigger than what he really is.
Bam is 6'9".
He's 6'9" with T-Rex
You know
arms,
what I'm
and he's
saying?
not as athletic, and he's not
Yeah,
as athletic
he ain't
as
a
Rob.
real 6'9". Yeah,
I mean, like I
yeah.
said, Rob has a 7'6" wingspan, so he makes up for that with his athletic ability, his physical
Mhm.
ability. He makes up for that. I mean, he's one of the best offensive rebounders in the game.
Sort of like what Ben Wallace. They used to say he was
Hey,
undersized.
hey, I mean, Ben Wallace was stronger, of course, and a
Mhm.
better rebounder. But I mean, that being said, though, like I mean, Rob Williams, what he do defense, like I said, he's the best defensive center in the game right now, man. You have to give it to Rob Williams. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, look, if we're talking about in terms of impact, yeah, but at first I was looking at Jared Allen, but the fact that Jared Allen isn't in top five in blocks, but see, it's like switched around, and now he's making cases for both. So but, Jared Allen, he's out with that finger,
Yeah,
but
but
Robert Williams,
even
they
with
they
Jared
they, they,
Allen,
they all of
right,
them guys are in the defensive categories, one way or another. Even
right, but
Tatum.
yeah, but here's the thing. But here's the thing about Jared Allen. The reason why I say Rob Williams is still the best defensive center in the game is the fact that he does more than Jared Allen. He can't like people avoid. If you notice, you watch the Boston Celtics, people avoid Robert Williams at all costs. They avoid him. Even in switch situations and pick and roll and switching, they avoid him. So it's like, when you got like, and then he's like second in opposing field goal percentage, opponent's field goal percentage. He's second in the league in opposing
Yeah,
field
bro.
goal
Yeah, yeah.
percentage.
it
He's second in the
ain't
league,
true.
by the
Let the
way.
numbers,
He's
man.
second,
Look,
and he's a big.
fuck that.
You know how hard that
Goddamn it!
is
I'm
as a
looking at the
big.
eye test, nigga.
You know how hard that is as a big though.
Yeah, I know what you're
Like
saying. I
Matisse Thybulle,
mean,
number one. I could matter of fact, I'm gonna show. It's a chart. It's a chart. I forgot the website. They have a chart
mhm,
of like the top. It was like basically a chart of the individual players against opponents' field goal percentage and their
mhm,
steals and blocks. Matisse Thybulle was first in the league by opposing field goal percentage, and Rob Williams is second. And
right.
in the gap from bigs to him is a big gap. 'Cause mind you, inside points is easy. That's the most efficient points. Is inside. So the fact that he's number two in the whole league, I mean,
Yeah, but that unfortunately they don't. They try not to treat it that way in terms of it being the most important. And see, check this out though, True. This is my thing right here. Like 101. The fact that he's 101 point point eight, man. To me that's impressive, man. That's fucking impressive, man.
yeah,
What that says to me, like, okay, I could put I could put this motherfucker in any goddamn situation. If it's a one-on-one situation, if we talking like on the track. if they was to go crazy and even do a fucking a press or something like that, true, he
Right,
would be utilized because of his speed and his athleticism and stuff like that. You
right.
can't look at him, and I got to give it to you on in terms of the edge on Jared Allen, man.
You know, it's crazy. Like he's third in listen. This look at his defense. This is defense. He's
Mm.
third in blocks, which is tied, right? It's tied by lead. It's tied right now, like a three-way tie. It's 2.2. I think like this. It's tied right now for blocks per game.
Mm.
Him and Jared Jackson and Rudy Gobert. He's six. He's six in total win shares. Period in the league right now. This I'm not talking about defensive win shares. I'm talking about win shares total. He's six. He leads the team in win shares.
Right, but you know,
He's eighth in offensive win shares. He's third in defensive win shares. He's
but you know,
fourth in defensive. He's fourth in defensive box plus minus. He's 13th in box plus minus. He's 19th value over replacement. Number one defensive rating. I mean, what else can I mean? What else do you want this man else to do? And he's only going to
okay,
get any better.
what I'm waiting for them to do is, and I know what you're waiting, like you said, another day at the office. And I listen. I want people because my main thing is what's his name, Jason Tatum's leadership. Like I said, he's been more vocal this year. Ima Udoka is pulling something out of him. He got to do that similar to what he was doing when they played against LeBron and them that year. And I want to see him put his stamp down and actually do something in the playoff, even if they not as successful. Like let's say they go all the way to the
Right.
Eastern
Yeah.
Conference Finals.
I think I mean, for the most part, I think he's going to put his stamp. I mean, he's done it. Even last year when we lost, he put his stamp. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, he didn't have nobody.
right.
Everybody
I
was
mean,
hurt.
I don't even and then the year before that, he averaged 25 and 10. People forget about that. He averaged 25 and 10 in the playoff run and five assists and like a block in the steal game. So he's going to come and perform in the playoffs. I mean, listen, man. I mean, Jason Tatum. People forget Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. They wanted Imadoka. They wanted that style of coaching in Boston. They
Yeah,
wanted accountability. They wanted accountability.
yeah. Man. That's the thing. Yeah,
And
he holds
everybody here, look at even
everybody
Marcus
accountable.
Smart. Look how Marcus Smart is playing. Like Marcus Smart, he's a true point guard right now. He's a true point. He don't even look to score no more. Like you
Yeah,
look
I
at
mean,
Marcus
well, he
Smart play, he
played, he
makes
played, he played. A lot of people don't realize that he was playing the combo guard when he was a Cowboy, and when he was over here in Flower Mound, or well,
right.
Dallas.
Like people trying, and then people trying to sit there and say he's not a true, still not a true point guard. Like what games is you're watching?
I
I
think
mean,
I think it's because to me Peyton Pritchard is more of a true point guard than he is.
yeah, I mean we'll see. Peyton's still developing. He's
Hmm.
playing good for us right now, Peyton Pritchard. But like, I mean, Marcus as of right now, Marcus Smart is our point guard, and he's like I said, he's a perfect. He's been like, and I'm being real. I'm gonna say this right now, and I'm not saying he's better than the guys we had in the past, of course, but he's the best fit right now.
What
Marcus Smart is the best fit right now.
in terms of getting you a championship?
I think we got ways to go to build on the team, but we talking about this is just for the point guard position. He's our perfect. He's the best playmaker we had since Rajon Rondo.
But they were saying, okay, hey, but wait a minute now. There were motherfuckers up in there saying that y'all shouldn't have got rid of Schroeder, and look at that, look at y'all now.
I mean, bro, listen. Here's the thing: if Marcus Smart was playing bad and he couldn't play point guard, he would have got traded.
Mhm.
He was on the trade block. Let's be honest. He's people are Let's be honest. If he wasn't playing good, he would have got traded. Same thing with other people on the team also. Grant Williams. But guess what happened? They played they stepped their games up this year and look at the results. Grant Williams, I remember Grant Williams when he first came in the league, he missed his first 26 threes. Now look at him now.
Well, Grant Williams is underappreciated, and Marcus Smart has definitely. You know what? Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, true. One of them years, I think, could have been. what, like maybe two seasons ago. Marcus Smart had a case for defensive player of the year.
Oh,
He's
most
been
most
an elite.
definitely.
He's been an elite 3 and D guy for at least the past four
And he's
seasons.
playing his best. He playing his best defense this year. That's the crazy thing about it. When you say that, I
Because
mean,
he was hurt. He was hurt in the playoffs, and
yeah.
yeah. So,
So it's like my whole thing is like, I mean, what else do you want this man else to do? People still hate on this man's game. People calling him dirty. Like, I mean,
oh
and that's
hell
what.
no.
Listen, man. At the end of the day, it's all about reputation. He's known for being a flopper, and quote unquote people calling him dirty and stuff like that. So it's like that stuff they're always going to hurt his case, which is BS because
Mhm.
he's not the only person that flops. And when he does flop, whatever case may be, he helps the team out. I've seen that happen. James Harden. I mean, people say he flopped against James Harden, caused a turnover, helped the team win. So I don't mind it. I don't mind
Right.
it. I mean, everybody. Des Rodman flopped. The great player, Manu Ginobili flopped.
Mhm.
So what's the difference when Marcus Smart do it? It's just it's people pick and choose, man.
See, I don't like when they bring up that dirty. True, because dirty to me is Bill Laimbeer. Dirty to me is Karl Malone. Dirty to me is Bruce Bowen.
Chris
Dirty to
Paul is
me
dirty,
is
bro.
Zaza.
Chris Paul is dirty, bro. Like
Zaza.
people like
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
People
John
say Chris Paul.
Stockton.
Chris Paul is dirty. People have said like Chris Paul is a dirty player.
Hmm.
John Stockton. People like the Chris
Yeah.
Paul is dirty, bro. There's like, come on, like if Steve Kerr had the nerve, this is why I was up. But Steve Kerr has the nerve when you had Draymond Green and you had Zaza
Oh
Pachulia on your team.
yeah.
You had Zaza Pachulia on your team, a known dirty player, but you
And
gonna
he
call
said
out Marcus
what
Smart.
did he say? What did he say? He said I could have. He could have been smarter or something
I
like
mean
that.
that's cool,
What was
but
the
listen,
quote
he
he
gets
said?
paid. You get listen when the ball hit the floor like that, you go get that ball, bro.
Yeah.
Because if it was on the other side of the foot, you wouldn't care.
Right.
Come on, bro. Like you Zaza Pachulia to do that to Kawhi Leonard, like stop it. Like you had dirty players on your team. And Draymond Green that's been accused of being dirty, having dirty play multiple times in his career. So stop it. Like, let's stop that. Oh, he's dating. Then I was watching NBA TV and all that. They were saying, "Oh, it's a dangerous play." I forgot the guy's name. It was dangerous. I'm like, how is it dangerous? The
Hmm.
ball, when the ball's on the floor like that, you die for the ball.
Well,
You
true.
go get
You
the
got to
ball.
think.
Like
You got to think, man. Some of these guys, they never. Some of these guys, all they did was just
now,
look
someone
at the
play. I was
game.
talking like it's people that's playing is saying this.
Mhm. Yeah, but even still, okay. I know. Okay, check this out. I don't know about you in high school and then coming up playing true, but I know we were taught all guards, all postmen, no matter what, dive on the floor, crash the boards, no matter
Listen,
what,
I do.
and that's
Listen,
what we were taught to do.
I do that all the time. You ask anybody that play with me, I'm outside. If the ball's on the ground, guess what I'm doing? I'm outside with. It's
That nigga
concrete,
true diving on the
concrete.
concrete.
I'm not. Listen, you ask about. Listen, I listen. Concrete outside. Guess what I'm doing? You crazy. You
Oh
crazy
hell
out there.
no!
You listen. I'm outside, man. Listen,
That
I'm no.
nigga doing
Listen,
that
man.
shit
It
on a
don't matter what the
blacktop.
situation. Blacktop. I'm doing that on the blacktop.
Woo.
Listen, I don't listen. I listen. The ball's on the ground. You go get it. Listen, I'm get it. I'm gonna get that ball, man. In
Yeah,
any means necessary, man. I'm on that type of listen. So it's like let's not do that now.
yeah,
Because he play, especially T. Kerr. You play with people. You play with people like that. You have people
yep,
on your team that play like that. So stop it. Stop
right.
it. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I mean,
Come on now.
and I'm defending Marcus Smart because see, when he's out here hooping, because he's from this area. When you see him like hoop in the gym, he don't play like like 3 and D, but that's his job in the NBA. If you see him play, you would think, oh, this nigga like damn near Kyrie or some
Right,
shit.
yeah.
But
If you really play with certain, like he was regularly, like yeah, I feel what you saying. Like you
right,
just see about he
you
just
said,
like
true. You better than me. I'm not diving on the black. Yeah, man, my nigga True, bro, my nigga True. But that's that. he military minded,
I
man. So
if people military don't do that. I was doing that before the
True
military.
got me on that shit. You know what I'm
I bet I was doing that before. I was doing that before the military. Like I would do as a. I'm doing that as a teen kid,
saying? Yeah,
as
well, yeah,
13.
as a
Doing
kid,
that at
yeah.
13,
Hmm.
12 years old, man.
But see,
Go
back then, you're not really
man.
thinking.
Even I people listen. I knew people wasn't doing it though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If people ain't diving on no blacktop, I dive from the blacktop, man. I don't. I listen. That's how. Listen, man.
Hey,
I
I'm gonna
listen.
pick that nigga True up first, then. If
Listen.
that
That's
nigga
what.
been,
Listen, man.
if you ain't gonna do it, that nigga True gonna be down there.
I do the dirty work, man. That's what I'm gonna. That's why people pick. Listen, man. I ain't the greatest
Hmm.
basketball player, man. I don't got people more talented than me. People, a lot of people better than me, but I get picked on people that are better than me because I do the. Listen, man. That's what Marcus
Hmm.
Smart do, man. And that's what
Hmm.
Marcus Smart do, man. Marcus Smart do the things that you don't see, like that stuff right there. That wins basketball games, man.
Right.
It's this end of the day. Basketball is a contact sport. At the end of the day, it is a
Hey,
contact sport.
True.
It is.
I wanted to tell you that, not to cut you off, bro. The thing that's gonna separate the Celtics, man, is that, and I know, some people, they probably don't like this and shit, but I kind of like it. They make the game really ugly. That's like they still can make it pretty, when you add in, Jason Tatum scoring and Jalen Brown, a few other players or whatever. But you see how when Theus and like you said, Horford, even Robert Williams, all them guys up in that in underneath, they make that game really ugly. They wear your ass down.
Listen,
That's
I
gonna be
love that
key.
dog. I love that, and I love every single bit of it, man.
It kind of reminds you of Parrish and McHale, or even going back to Cowens,
That's
or
so
even
this that's
Havlicek.
that's so this basketball right there, man. Listen, man. Hey, but yo, Polo, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna catch you later,
Oh,
man. I
you
gotta
at
go back
work,
on
man?
lunch. Yeah, I'm gonna back on lunch.
Hey, I be emailing you, True. You know what I'm saying? So you can hop in and stuff like that. You and Hitman and stuff. So I always check your email so you
Oh
don't have
yeah,
to.
yeah. I need. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just come on through, especially when we talk about your squad. But hey, make sure y'all go subscribe to the homie True the King TV, man. Lots of sports entertainment over there, man. Definitely talks
Yeah,
about everything,
yeah.
man.
I appreciate. I catch you.
No doubt. One. But yeah, man. Trey Cater, man. Yeah, True better than me. He better than me. Diving on that floor. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fit, or diving on the concrete. I'm not finna do it. Not at this age. Not at this age. But like on the hardwood, oh yeah, I'll dive on the hardwood. But see, the thing that separates the Boston Celtics is their ability to make this game really, really, really ugly. That's what's going to separate them. I know some people will be like, oh yeah, well you capping for the Celtics and all this other stuff. I'm just giving credit to what credit's due, and I've been saying it the whole season that these guys are legit. You got to take them serious. These guys are really legit. I know y'all don't want to take them serious. I know y'all think, oh, okay, yeah, they gonna go and do the same old thing that they did in the playoffs and all that other stuff. Nah, I don't see that happening. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong for the simple fact is because we might have to play them. You said I'm a Udoka. Good. See another African American success. JB Bickerstaff, Jason Kidd, uh, guy in Orlando, Silas in Houston. Yeah, don't forget about. Well, yeah, don't forget about. Yeah, but don't forget about Monty Williams, man, and Wes Unseld Jr. You can't forget about them. Alvin Gentry. I got respect for my man, but Alvin Gentry don't need to be coaching, man. Yeah, James Jones. Yeah. Listen, I tell people that this is what I tell people, Trey Cater. If you want to follow a blueprint, follow the Phoenix Suns. That's no knock. I know I'm talking about the Celtics, but right now Phoenix got the blueprint because they made it to the finals last year and they're performing well this year. They're performing well this year. So I mean, when if we put all of that together, you go look at you got a an executive like like James Jones. You got yeah, he African American. Then you got a black coach in Monty Williams. They got the recipe for success. You're right. On D-Lo and Casey YouTube show, Alvin Gentry should be in the front office. Yeah, he needs to be. Listen, his time is up, man. As far as coaching, and so should Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is done. We got the win last night against the Cavs, but we got to get. We've already beat the Cavs. We beat the Cavs and we beat the Bucks. We beat Brooklyn one time and stuff, but we got to consistently beat them, and we got to beat them at the right time when it matters. But yeah, Alvin Gentry is done. Listen, man, I'm not, I'm not for a guy losing his job or anything. Of course not. But he hasn't been successful as a coach. He's never been successful. I think he may have been successful 1 year, 1 year in New Orleans. Hasn't been successful, man. My Kings are done. Okay. You're a Kings fan, Trey Cater? I didn't know you was a Kings fan, man. Are you a die? So you must be a die-hard Kings fan. You was with him. You was with him since Mitch Richmond, huh? Yeah, Sarunas Marshalonis. Yeah, because he played for Golden State. Yeah, man. And they both played for Golden State, matter of fact. Him and Mitch Richmond when it was run TMC. I like Marshalonis, man. He was very slept on, underrated European international player that nobody even talked about. You know, him and Drazen Petrovic doesn't get talked about enough. You know, guys like that, man, they deserve to get talked about. You think Bobby Jackson and Doug Christie will be? Well, I've been hearing a lot about Bobby Jackson. I would like to see Mike Bibby. I think Mike Bibby would be an extraordinary coach because of the fact that he played the point guard position. They were successful somewhat when you talk about them playing a juggernaut in the Los Angeles Lakers. You know, they were they had to take on. Listen, people say, "Oh well, the Kings lost and all this other stuff," but you have to understand that you're playing against Kobe, you playing against Shaq, you playing against a well-oiled machine in the Los Angeles Lakers at that time, and having to deal with the triangle. What's up, True Viking? Man, we had True the King up in here earlier, man. Your Boston Celtics teammate, man. You were gone. You left us. See how it is. It's all right. I ain't mad at you. I see how it is. Ain't got no love. Ain't got no love. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, hey, that's right, Trey Cater. She all woman. She all woman. Yeah, I know you at work. It's all good. I'm just messing with you. I know you grinding. She said I do hair. She said I babysit. She said I sell food. She said she do it all. I knew a lady, a True Viking and Trey Cater. I knew a lady. She had two jobs, right? She worked at a call center, worked at McDonald's. Also, she's she did a little something on the side. I ain't gonna say what it was. She did hair. She cooked for people. She cleaned for people. Babysitting. She was doing it all, man. Like she was a hustler, a straight hustler. I was like, dang, how you do all that in one? And she was doing. I think she was doing the paper route in the morning time. Polo, I'm complaining, but the King haven't made it. Yeah, I know, I know. Trey Cato, you say you'll sell a person. Look at you. Don't be taking my quotes, True Viking. I said that. But the Kings, I think that the front office, uh, they need a shakeup because y'all still got Vladi Divac. Vladi Divac was in the front office, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Shaq was in the front office. I think he was. Hold on. Okay, yeah. He sold it. He sold the state. Cause he sold the stakes, but he became a partial owner in of the Sacramento Kings in 2013. I think he owned like 5% at that point. Yeah, yeah. I knew Vladdy was out of there. Yeah, Vladdy, he wasn't cut out for that. He wasn't cut out for it. His or owner or GM. Yeah, it's Randivi. Randivi. And you talking about and Angeli World. Uh Angeli World, his daughter. Well, coming out of hey, listen, and I'm gonna say this and then I gotta go, y'all. I'm gonna say this. Coming out of college, Marvin Bagley the third was projected to actually be better than Luca. Believe it or not, Marvin Bagley the third was projected to be way, way, way better than Luca. So I can understand why they did that. Me myself personally, I thought Marvin Bagley the third was going to be better than Luca, but it hasn't. Injuries have set him back. I still believe in Marvin Bagley the third though. I still believe in him. I would love to have him in Philly just so that he'll I would rather have him than DeAndre Jordan. I mean, okay, look, if he's healthy, he does a real good job. And then see, I think being in Sacramento has messed up his maturation process. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, he is, man. But hey, Trey Cater and True Viking, everybody else up in here, man. I gotta roll out, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the homie True to King TV, man. Like I said, um, channel definitely popping. Um, one of the brothers in the LDBC, and also, uh, I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos today because we got to keep a watch on a couple things. We got the tournament, and we also got some football coming too as well. So make sure y'all pull up, like the video, share, subscribe, hit the notifications so that you're notified. Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. I'll get at you later.